All right, I'm not going to play any clips of Donald Trump because nobody wants to hear this dude's voice, but let me tell you, a lot of people are missing key components of Trump's recent interview because the media is failing to cover him properly. For example, when Donald Trump sat down with Kristen Welker today, she barely pushed back while he said that he wants to end birthright citizenship and said that American citizens with family here legally may be deported. Let me say that one more time. American citizens with family here legally may be deported. So he was saying in a hypothetical scenario where there are kids who are citizens and parents who are undocumented, he'll just deport the entire family so he doesn't have to separate them, which is insane. But then, while I was watching this clip on Twitter, the CNN notification that I got said Trump wants dreamers to stay. President-elect says he's willing to work with Democrats on a plan to allow undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children to remain in the country. As CNN sent out this headline, I was watching Donald Trump say that American citizens with family here legally may be deported. Not only is CNN running defense for Trump by clearly sanewashing what he said throughout this interview, but they're actually cherry picking like 5 seconds where he said something where he was like, maybe I can work with Democrats, and completely ignoring that during the rest of the interview he said he has concepts of a healthcare plan. He would be willing to deport American citizens. He also said that he will most likely pardon Capitol rioters on day one and says January 6th committee members should be jailed. If you're wondering why people are so focused on Hunter Biden, people are so focused on Joe Biden all of the time while ignoring Donald Trump's endless crimes, it honestly originates a lot with the media ecosystem that we've created. I had a conversation with another young Gen Zer named Micah Erfan, one of my very good friends, a brilliant Gen Zer who is trying to point the Democratic Party in a better direction. I want you guys to subscribe to him below, and I want you guys to watch our conversation to learn more about Gen Z and how we view the world.
Payne, you had concepts of a plan. Do you have an actual plan at this point for health care?
Yes, we have concepts of a plan that would be better.
Still just concepts? Do you have a fully developed plan?
Okay, so after 9 years on the national stage, after 9 or 10 years of campaigning, Donald Trump still only has concepts of a healthcare plan. He has no concrete way to replace Obamacare. Even if he was able to kill it, which he failed to do the first time because of John McCain, then it would just leave 45 million Americans without healthcare. What do you think, Micah?
Yeah, so I think it's remarkable that he has completely forgot his old healthcare plan on this exact same topic, which was to take away health insurance from millions of people. They called it the American Care Act. I like to call it the Don't Care Act. And it's because he doesn't want to talk about what they actually want to do. When they say they're against Obamacare, they're against the healthcare that poor and low-income people rely on in this country.
Yeah, and then at a time when people are clearly unhappy with our healthcare system, I mean, say what you want about the United Healthcare CEO, but the public reaction to that does show that many people have had personal experiences where they were screwed over by the healthcare system. They were denied some sort of access or coverage. And you can even see this chart right here. All of the people that Donald Trump appointed have a $100 million net worth minimum. Just really quickly to read some off: Elon Musk, richest man in the world. Vivek Ramaswamy, recently turned into a billionaire. Howard Lutnick, worth $2 billion. Linda McMahon, worth $2.6 billion. And she's done a lot of terrible stuff in her life. You can still look at Jared Isaacman, $1.9 billion. I mean, this is the deep state that Donald Trump wants to drain. And while he's appointing these billionaires around him, he's stripping healthcare away from millions of American citizens.
And every single one of these people is going to leave richer than they came in because, as we know, Trump says he's going to smash the deep state and get rid of the corruption, but he's the most corrupt president we've had in recent history. And I think it's interesting that he mentioned in that clip that he's having the biggest healthcare companies look at the problem. I think if there's anything that we've seen recently, it's that people don't really trust those healthcare companies to be the ones figuring out the solution to the problem. They might find a solution that works well for them, but they're certainly not going to find out one that works well for us.
It's funny to watch how quickly conservatives will flip. For example, Ben Shapiro made a video the other day saying, oh, the radical left is dissatisfied with healthcare in America. Look at them. And all of the comments were saying, dude, it's not just the left. This is not a left or right issue. This is across all Americans. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when Donald Trump is put in this position, right? He's this populist candidate who wants to tear down all these institutions. And while that's true, to an extent, he does want to shake up these institutions. He also wants to protect his wealth. He wants to enrich the people around him. So, I guess my question to you is, how can we communicate with the American citizens that Donald Trump is the billionaire, oligarchical candidate, the president, and the Democrats are for the working class?
Well, see, Trump is a classic demagogue, right? He harnesses all the frustrations and anger people have with our system, and rightfully so. There's so many things to be angry about. And he harnesses it towards his vision, which is these scapegoats. Immigrants are the problem. The LGBTQ community, wokeness, these are the problem. All these different fake issues, and he uses it as an ability to justify more power for himself. You said that he's against our institutions. It's true. The institutions that constrain his power. He's not against the private insurance industry or anything exploitative in our country. He's against the checks and balances that don't allow every single decision he makes to become immediately the law of the land.
Dude, and we saw that today in the same exact interview that we were just watching. He was saying stuff about Liz Cheney probably should go to jail for what she did. What did she do? She investigated him on a congressional committee. That is what people in Congress are supposed to do. Congress is supposed to act as a check on the president. The president has multiple institutions checking him, including the media. The media exists in a democracy to check the president. And what does the president do, or the president-elect do? He threatens the media. The people around him, like Kash Patel, are sending out threats to Olivia Troy, if you saw that, saying, hey, if you keep talking bad about me, we're going to sue you. So it's just this chilling effect that's going to happen because Donald Trump wants to grab power. And to loop this all back, the people around him are going to be getting richer and richer. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is going to be stripping healthcare away from people at a time when they're clearly unhappy. So I think the Democratic Party needs to change their messaging. And I think like AOC is a really good leader right now to coalesce behind, because AOC has got that really good dynamic where she's the working class person fighting against the billionaires. Can you see where I'm headed with that?
I definitely can see where you're heading with that. I think that the message needs to be that this guy is the ultimate fraud, right? He says he's a populist, but in fact, he just wants to dominate the people. He says he's strong. And we've actually said in the past, Democrats have said, oh, he's so strong. He's not strong. Strong people don't feel words. Strong people don't want to use the government against the people who say things they don't like. That's the epitome of weakness, right? And I think that we're going to see over the next couple of years, there's a lot of Americans which put trust in Trump as the guy who's going to take on the system, which has hurt them so much. And they're going to see that he is actually the manifestation of a defense of that system. He is the great distraction of that system, only enriching those benefiting from every bad element and enhancing all the parts that are broken while not fixing any of the parts that are truly broken.
Exactly. And I saw this really interesting article the other day. I was reading it and it said that Donald Trump isn't strong. He just plays off of America's strength to try to seem strong. So when he's threatening tariffs on other countries, they're not scared of Donald Trump himself. They're scared because the American economy is massive, the economy that we've built. So Donald Trump tries to project strength, but it's just manipulative because America is a strong one. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Micah. Thank you for joining me. Go check out Micah's channel in the description below. All of his links will be there below. Micah has a great YouTube channel, Brilliant Gen Zer. Let's do this again. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe to join this beautiful community. Again, make sure to go check out Micah in the description below. I'll be bringing on more contributors, more faces. We'll be building out this channel, and you guys can be here every step of the way. I've got a lot of cool projects coming up behind the scenes that I'm working on, so just stay tuned. Love you guys. Peace out.